Hello. Hello.
Hey guys.
How are ya? So today we're going to talk about a really important topic on the term empath and what it is to be empathic.
Yes. Being empathic, while it is a reality for a lot of people, it's not something that has to define you. It's not something that has to stop you and limit you from living your life. And it's something that can completely be controlled and handled. And we are perfect examples of that because we both are very empathic people, but we can take you from point A to point Z on how to not have it own you.
Yeah.
Basically.
So an empath is somebody who is very sensitive to energy, specifically emotional energy, and oftentimes can pick up onto that emotional frequency or vibration of other people around them, as well as around the planet. Like people are very sensitive to natural disasters, planetary alignment, as well as human disasters, so like war, tragedies, and such. And it's a good thing. It's something that allows you to have a deeper sense of yourself as well as those around you. But it's very easy to kind of get lost in the idea of either being an empath or when you do not know what you are as an empath and know how to not control your abilities, but how to work with them and honor them. It can get a little strenuous, especially a lot of times because it develops are in your early stages of puberty. So not only do you have a lot of just natural hormones running through your system making you kind of crazy as it kind of really bumps up your psychic work.
When it really did happen around puberty. So while you were talking, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's when it happened. You know, I was diagnosed with anxiety and panic disorder because it was this constant sense of gloom and doom, this constant sense that like all these crazy bad things were happening, and at the time, they were. I mean, that's like right after 9/11 happened.
Yep.
And it was high school. There was a lot of things, going on, when you're in high school, a lot of stuff in my family that was going on, but a lot of stuff globally that was going on too. And as I got older, it got worse. And it was just, every day was like, I'm gonna die, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, and these different sensations would come on all the time and out of nowhere, and I wouldn't know what was going on. When I learned about energy and what it was that really made that go away, but I went from not being able to leave the house and not being able to drive a car and like hiding in a basement to traveling the country by myself. So
right.
It's something that can definitely be contained.
So if you tend to just know how your friends are feeling before they kind of come into a room, sometimes you tend to take on their stuff as your own, and that's kind of one of the hardest things that people deal with when they're empathic and they don't know that they are. You start taking on everyone's emotional burdens and you kind of feel like you have the weight of the world on you. I would say that you're slightly more empathic if you're someone who, like me, who tends to cry at like all types of movies. Like you just really get highly emotional invested in something, even though it may be fiction. You're picking up on the charge of emotion. Sometimes physical ailments, like if somebody's physically not feeling well. Some of my other friends and I joke that I used to have their sympathy cramps. So AP psychology in senior year was really funny because 3 of my girlfriends would sit in front of me and they would be on their cycle and they would bawl over at the same time as I'm like, oh my god. And being empathic, just like being psychic, it doesn't rule your life. You can shut it off once you learn what it is and you have control over things. You have full control over this and you can learn an energetic boundary of what yours is and what's somebody else's stuff is. I hear people all the time go, oh, it's too much to go to like the gym or to an event or something because I'm just too sensitive to energies because I'm an empath. And I'm thinking, yeah, great, so am I. So are a lot of people that do this work. Are you going to let that control your life and not go to someplace, or are you using it as an excuse to make yourself like on a pedestal compared to other people? It's an amazing gift if you are really empathic and really have that strong sense of the world around you. What a gift to have, because how many of us walk around not so numb for our emotions and our feelings, as well as not being connected to other people. So it is a blessing, and I wouldn't call it a curse, but it is a challenge if you don't understand the process.
It's all perception.
They're just perception.
It's only a curse if you allow it to be, just like anything else in life. But on a social level, how cool is it to be empathic? Because how many people walk around in like dating situations or even friend situations, it's like, I don't know if they like me, or I don't know if this, or I don't know if that. But to be able to tap into what somebody's truly feeling about you or feeling in a situation, like that makes being in a situation almost easier, because it's like you don't have to wonder. It's like, like, and if you're with someone, it's like, okay, well, I know this is what they're going through right now, and you can work around it rather than being somebody who just is completely dense and dull when it comes to what somebody else is feeling. And so it's a really cool thing, and it's also such an amazing gift to have when you want to do healing work. If you're a therapist, or if you're a social worker, or you're a doctor, or even if you work in a call center and you're doing customer service, you can still connect with the energy and be able to help people in so many ways, because you know what they're feeling. It's just like an amped up way of being able to know how people are. Like, people will be like, oh, well, I'm just good with people. Like, I can read people. And they say it not realizing you actually are reading them. You're reading their energy.
And because we've said that it's part of your spiritual muscle, a lot of times if you start off as feeling empathic, I would bet that your primary gifts, or one of your major gifts of perceiving energy, would be more clairsentience and more claircognizance. So like, you just sense, or you just know. I mean, that's how it was for me. Those were my primary gifts. I'm developing with more of my clairaudience and my clairvoyance, but I will just feel things about people, or I will just know. And that's a natural extension off of what being an empath is about.
We can empathize with you and those of you who are empaths and who feel that you are suffering from dealing with that, because, I mean, frankly, it is quite a load to bear if you don't know how to control it or what's going on for you, because whether you're taking on the weight of a family member or the weight of the whole world, you're still taking on added energy when dealing with your own is hard enough to handle sometimes. So I can speak from personal experience that there is hope out there in ways to deal with it and use it to your advantage. As I started to meditate every single day, grounding myself every day. At the beginning of the day, when I woke up in the morning, I would ground myself, because by grounding myself, I released any energy that was excess around my body, and I got to start fresh, which would then lead into what I call my checks and balances system. How am I feeling right now? From my own personal perspective, what am I feeling? What are my thoughts? How do I feel in my body? Is there anything going on for me that I can state 100% definitively is my own energy, right, and only what I'm feeling like? Do I have stomach problems? No. Am I feeling stomach problems now? Yes. Okay. Why would that be happening for me? It's not. Remove it. Release it. And I would do a checks and balance throughout my whole body.
The catch about being empathic is that sometimes maybe you're dealing with heartache, and I'm feeling your heartache. It might be triggering some of my own past heartache and bringing some of it up. And that's okay, that brings up my stuff, but I don't want to be processing yours. I'm just feeling yours. And so I will say, so is this Brittany's heartache or is this my heartache? And if it's Brittany's heartache, I thank it for its information, but I need to release it. And I'll say, and I release it and send you with love. And almost instantaneously, if it's not my stuff, the symptoms will dissipate, or I'll feel more calm, or I won't feel as, for me, like when I'm really zoned in empathic wise, I feel like my head is really like stringy, and I'm like really out all over the place and really strong connecting, and it tells me to kind of pull myself and center myself back.
I can encourage you to work with your guides, work with your angels, work with spirit energies around you. If you don't know who they are, start to explore that avenue, because they are so great to have as added barriers and protection. I assure you that my guides worked triple time for quite a while until I figured out how to remain grounded on my own. And they still work double time, because one of them, I just heard one was like, excuse me, used to. Yeah, sorry. Used to, still do. They work very hard to help me remain grounded, but I utilize them because that's their job, is to work and help me. So protection is key for them.
Work to create energetic boundaries. Just know what your stuff is versus somebody else's stuff. Like,
be self-aware.
you feel different. Sometimes you feel like you don't fit into the world. Sometimes you feel like you're not part of this world, or you're feeling so much. You're really special. You have amazing gifts, and you're bringing amazing talents and a lot of amazing things to this world. And right now you're just kind of living your day-to-day human existence. Some of you are out there doing some really amazing things as well. But what you have is an extraordinary gift, and you're an extraordinary person. And I think when you and I were growing up, we had it from some people encouraging us and guiding us. We had our spiritual teachers showed up for us, and some of our family members when we needed them to. But it kind of was a lonely process growing into this. And Britt and I joke, we haven't known each other for very long. It's only been about a year, but it's so nice to connect with like-minded people who have been through similar experiences. And we want to let you guys know that you're not alone. I know that catchphrase has been out there, it gets better, but it really does. And we will love to explore and help you to understand your gifts and to understand the important role that you have to play in this lifetime and what you're here to do for humanity. So if any of you feel like that, please feel free to reach out and contact us through our webpage and email us. Hopefully some of the information we shared for you can provide some ease and some comfort, and because we know that we wish we had that when we were kind of exploring and new into this realm. So keep checking us for videos. Click the link for our Facebook as well as for our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Helps to support us. And so thank you again so much for your support. And we'll check you guys out next time. Take care.